going on, it doesn't disappear. You know, the
No,
problem they say it's the little foxes that destroy the vines. So it just grows,
Yep.
it festers, and it grows into bitterness. And then you mad at her, and she's like, well, why'd you tell me? You was like,
Right.
Yeah.
man, because I know how you was going to act. No, you don't know how I was going to act. You don't know how I was going to act, you know?
Right.
So it has this crazy thing. So I'm glad that y'all guys are challenging or overcoming those challenges early on so you don't have to face them in your marriage. Now, why was it important for y'all to go through marriage counseling?
You
Well,
know,
premarital counseling.
just to kind of be honest, like growing up, I really didn't. This is just like my side of it, but I really never seen a successful marriage.
Likewise. Me too.
I've never witnessed it, like people being married for 20, 30. I've never seen that. So for me, it was just like building that foundation because I feel, because with me, like I'm just getting married one time. You know, that's the idea. And so it's kind of like, well, I need to learn the tools that's needed for me to be able to have that long, you know, powerful marriage. And then also just learn about myself because like I said, you know, you've been by your, you set in your ways and some of your ways ain't right. So, or, you know, it just don't make sense,
Yeah.
you know, in that type of environment. So for me, it was just learning more of who I was as a person. Like, what do I need to change? Because it's easy to point the finger at your partner.
Yes.
When a lot of times it's you, you know, it's some
Yeah.
stuff with you that you got to change as well. So that's why I felt like it was important.
And so we're going to put perspective about it. How old are you?
33.
And how old are you?
37.
So when we say, and I love when you say like, you know, you've been setting your ways for X amount of years. And because at the end of the day, you be like, you know, I'm 43 years old. So it's a lot of things that I have to unlearn or open myself up when you're, you know, linking up with somebody else instead of saying, well, listen, this is the way I am.
Right.
I've been this
Right.
way all my life.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's like, no,
right.
that may be unhealthy.
Right.
You've been that way all your life and nobody ever told you that was a
Right.
problem.
Right.
So you need to overcome that. Right. So Q, what about you?
I mean, and so like we definitely come from two different backgrounds, like household wise, and so I wanted to do it just because I wanted to, like she said, set the foundation and really kind of bring in somebody to make it a safe space for us to be able to open up, you know. And so and coming from a household where my parents, they still together, been married 45 years now.
45 years?
Yeah.
So you've seen a successful marriage.
Yeah. So like I know
45 years.
yeah, so like I know it's possible, but it's, you know, it's like just taking that example and like making sure like we have like a solid, deep foundation. And so I wanted to make sure like we both like going forward confident, you know, and just really kind of let her know like I'm okay with it, like I'm for it because I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do it because, you know, you don't know it all.
So what was the one thing that you learned the most in premarital class?
Me or
Him. I'm gonna ask old Q over here.
For me, I'd probably say not I guess not assuming. You know, yeah, that would probably be like the main thing. Like not assuming what I'm doing is like what she's expecting of me.
Explain that.
Okay, so one of our topics was, you know, our expectations of each other during the marriage. You know, like
That's a
what
good
are we
one.
expecting from a partner? And so it's that was probably big for me because what I thought I was doing was what she expected me to do or what was gonna please her, like make her happy. But come to find out, it wasn't what she was expecting or what she wanted from me as a husband. So a lot of times, like he was telling us, people don't know that, and so you'll be thinking you doing the right thing. You know, you think, well, I'm doing this, I'm taking care of this, I'm taking care of that,
And they don't care at all.
and that's not what she expecting at all.
And that's why it's so important to understand each other's love languages. Did
Yeah.
y'all get into that?
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah.
did that, what you felt like you were providing for her, was that in direct opposition to, you know, what her love language was? Did you know that before? Let you know her love language before going through premarital counseling?
Yeah, I did, and so her love language is gifts and quality time. So
Which one's the strongest?
quality time.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Is it these gifts?
Yeah.
She give me money when I'm in need.
Right. And so mine is touch and acts of service. You know, so a lot of times, and I feel like, you know, for a lot of men, that's theirs as well, because we feel like if we're doing stuff around the house, taking care of things, you know, trash or whatever it might be.
But your love language is acts of service.
Yeah.
So you like for a woman to perform acts of services for you. I mean, it sounded kind of freaky,
I mean-
but I'm talking about like washing, you know, like acts of service, like washing dishes, like cleaning the house, that type of stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Because
You know?
normally like women kind of like that, and then men lean towards physical. They finna know how I'm moving. They don't know what I'm doing. Like, really? You got my last name. We live together, but I'm not gonna know what you're doing. And it's women that I used to work at the bank. I used to work at the bank when I was 19 years old. Bank One, God rest their soul, ain't around no more. But Bank One was around, and I used to work at the bank. And this lady used to come up there, and she was like, "Yeah, I need you to put this in my other account. My husband don't know about this." And I remember at 19, I said, "Why doesn't your husband know about this account?" Shoot, in case something go wrong. Shoot, I got my little old nest egg over here. And I remember at 19, I said, something is wrong with that idea that you literally have set up a nest egg, some money aside that your husband don't know nothing about, and you think that's okay. But so when your husband have a woman on the side that you don't know nothing about, is that okay? So it's like, because when you start creating and you start breeding deception and lack of transparency in a relationship, it opens the doors for everything. And so I said, couldn't you just tell your husband or whatever, I got my little play fund over here, and y'all just discuss? He's like, I don't care, keep your money over there, whatever. But what was so crazy about it, she had more money in her side account he didn't know about than she had in her and they joint account. And I said, wow, that is. And I remember at 19, I said, that's actually scary, because this lady could up and be gone, and she like, and then it would justify the fact that she had the money. She said, see, I knew I should have had this money aside because he did X, Y, Z. And if I didn't have this, then I wouldn't be able to have this money to fall back on. When I like to challenge the belief that if you didn't have that money and didn't have that ideology, you wouldn't cultivated that seed in order to birth that in the first place. And so it's a crazy thing that we teach each other. And when we really get down to it, it's a fear. Yeah. It's a fear of saying, I'm married to this person, but if it don't go right, then I need to have this security, you know? And it's like, why get married then? Stay single as long as you can until you get rid of that fear, because the most amazing thing, which is what we're going to go in the next couple of episodes, is unpacking those marriage vows that we say. We stand up there, we say all these powerful vows to have and to hold, for better or for worse, through sickness and health. We say this stuff and be like, I don't really believe that. I'm saying it right now, but I got this money on the side in case it don't go right. It's like, really? Like, how does that make sense? You're saying some really stuff. To death do us part.
Right.
But just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and have this on the side. Like add that into, if you're gonna be real lit, add that into your marriage vows and say, but if it don't go right, I know that I'm gonna have this money on the side, and I got this other chick that I'm gonna go to that I really want to marry, but other than you in the first place. So let's go and do this. We're gonna see if this works. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it real. And so that's